in the news. Need to stay on top of this, but we have a release date for Return to Monkey Island. We have some clips of voice actors that were announced, and as of this recording, it is PAX Prime in Seattle, Washington. So there will probably be announcements coming out from that this weekend. I hope to announce some of those. They did a pre-release party. I've been to PAX before, only once, 2009, way back when Dragon Age Origins came out. Went with some friends, it was a blast. I really should go again. I live here in Portland, and that's up in Seattle, so it's a 4-hour drive or something. But hotels are expensive, and things being what it is, I really should go to next year. I can probably go with a press pass or something. That being said, that doesn't matter. We have returned to Monkey Island news here. So let's start with some of these tweets. We will go right on to this one. Excuse me with my clutter. There we go. So this first one will be a character that is Neil Ross. And he is an actor that played Wally in the Secret of Monkey Island 2 Special Edition, Curse of Monkey Island. He's done the character of Wally that started in the original Monkey Island 2. Bit of a nebbish, monocle map expert type. Presumably he'll help you get maps in the games, or there'll be some fun puzzles with him. He's kind of always put upon, kind of a bit like Bernard in Maniac Mansion in that way. So let's listen and see this clip, and I'll do my commentary as always. Okay, here, let's go back here. So we're in Melee Island, right? This is a big part in that first game, Secret of Monkey Island. If you go through here, you get to where we've shown in previous videos, where it shows the church and all that, and going to the governor's mansion. Here in the right, Real Voodoo going out of business. The Voodoo Lady is a central character in all the games. Sometimes she's a good guy, sometimes she's a bad guy, sometimes she's portrayed as kind of like the puppet master of everything, depending on which game's canon you're going by. But because Return to Monkey Island is the first game in the series, we are going to be looking at, or not, the Return to Monkey Island is the first game in the series that done by Ron Gilbert since Monkey Island 1 and 2, which is a thing not just myself, but a lot of adventure game fans thought would never happen. So what is his take on the Voodoo Lady going to be? How is it going to address the past games? I think the continuity is something where it'll respect them, but will kind of take what it wants and ignore the others. But we can see what's different here is he's going into a room that, according to the sign, looks like it's maybe a antiquity store, maybe a globe store, a map store. Anyway, this is where Wally is. And of course, you got this clock. Maybe there'll be puzzles with the clock. Again, all these markings everywhere. Is there some kind of Monkey Island Illuminati society? That's kind of what my guess is. Maybe the markings mean nothing at all. It could just be kind of like shit posting. Here it looks kind of like an upside down A, kind of like the anarchy sign. Are there secret pirates? Or is there a secret government? Is there a shadow government running Monkey Island? Who's the governor? Who is ruling things is one thing I want to know. Because Governor Marley is, Elaine Marley is the daughter of the governor, and she's the governor of Monkey Island in most of the games. And she has a romantic relationship with Guybrush, although now Guybrush is kind of washed up according to some of the trailers. But let's see him talk to Wally right here. Okay, so here you get the nice Monkey Island chill music. You get soft lighting from the lamp here. You get Wally with his monocle. He's smiling. He's looking at a big map. What is this a map of? What island is it? Could it be Monkey Island? I don't know. Also, we got these things hanging up here. Could these even be items? No idea.
Hey, Wally.
Well, 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 look what the surf washed ashore.
So his accent's a bit British, which isn't different. Well, look what the surf washed ashore. I apologize for my terrible accents. But I love doing bad accents, and you love listening to them. If you like what you see, please be sure to like and subscribe and follow, and all the verbs and whatever service you're watching this on.
It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again, too, Wally. Whatever your last name is.
And that's a good running joke. Wally, whatever your last name is. They never identify Wally's last name as far as I know. I could be wrong on that. I don't have a complete memory of all the games, but I've played through a lot of them recently. And I really should get off my ass and stream all of them before the Return to Monkey Island comes out. We'll have the release date later in the show, but it's I'll give you a hint. It's just in a few weeks. It'll be here before we know it. Oh, great! I have some chat here. Hey, Snowstone, how are you doing? Great, Pedro from Twitter. You have any thoughts on the Return to Monkey Island game or what I'm talking about? Feel free to chat away, and I will comment on it live here on the show. Thanks for tuning in.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned, and marooned because of you.
So all those references, burned up, blinded, marooned, that's all the poor things that happened to Wally in the other games. Little Wally is just, just really bad luck. He's always stranded in places. It's Guybrush Threepwood is the main character, not Wally. If Wally was the main character, he would just be in a world of hurt, stuck in jail or something, not moving anywhere. So that he has his own shop, that he's on Melee Island, not the island in Monkey Island 2 where you first saw him. And he had a shop there. He's in business. He has his own small business. Looks like he's doing good. Or maybe he's deep in debt. I have no idea. Let's keep on going.
Yeah, good times, huh?
You're lucky I'm past all that and am running the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
So it is a map shop, and it says the Caribbean and beyond. So does he take online orders? Is there computers? Is there the internet at Monkey Island? It it tends to be in piratey times. You don't seem to see technology or there's surrealism, but it's not a historical accurate game by any means. Also, one thing I just noted here, this little window looking out where there's like a ladder, this almost looks like a window out of a Star Wars vehicle or something, like the escape pod that launches out of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, and C-3PO and R2-D2. Oh my, I'm C-3PO, human cyborg relations. We're looking out the window as they're rollicking through the stars through Tatooine. It looks kind of Star Wars-y to me, or a bit like the Imperial logo. Okay. Dialogue choices. Very important with Return to Monkey Island. Do you get a favorite Monkey Island game, Snowstone? Okay, so we got these choices here. Have you got a sea map of the local area? You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island. You have a lot of maps in here. Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble. That's referring to the Voodoo store. Or buy. You need to have that last one as an option in an adventure game. In fact, I've been wanting to do a design-and adventure game for years as an indie game by myself, and I really should. Okay, Snowstone, good about his their history with the series. Apologies, I don't know your pronouns. I've only played Monkey Island 1 and 2, both were the remasters. Played Monkey Island 3 on ScumVM. ScumVM's a great emulator for playing the old adventure PC games on. He enjoyed the games, but maybe because he was following the guides, he wasn't as sucked into them, immersed, right? I'm paraphrasing a bit here. Or maybe because I didn't grow up with the games, I don't feel they're he, him. Okay, or they is fine. Okay, thanks for that. No, I just always want to do my best to get the pronouns right. So I appreciate it. So I'll do he, him. And the smiley robot. Always like robots. Unless my eyesight's going. Okay. Yeah, so because you didn't grow up the games, like they're not your favorites. I mean, that's the thing. Like with the adventure game genre, it really is quite tricky. These are interactive stories with puzzles. Very, very narrative heavy. I would say even more narrative heavy than an RPG like Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts or World of Warcraft or whatever it is that kids play these days. But I'm enjoying a coffee, in case anyone's wondering. Decaf coffee. I made it a bit of a happy coffee. So what does that mean? The happy coffee has a little bit of tequila in it. So I spiked it. Fun stuff. Kind of loosen up during a stream. Anyway, yeah, I mean, so if you didn't grow up with these games and going through with the walkthrough, it can be a bit tedious. Super Cop, thanks for tuning in. It's been a while. I'm happy to do another one of these, and we've talked Monkey Island before. Hey, hope you're doing well with the weather, with everything boiling alive, with the big heat wave going across the world or the country, it seems like right now. Twitch chat pronouns extensions. That's great. Yeah, I need to put that in. I'm doing this through Restream, so it's streaming to YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. So I will look into that. In fact, at my day job, I do technical writing and testing for software, and I helped the admins get a pronoun extension, upgrade the Zoom so you can have pronouns as a thing that's prominently displayed. next to people's names. It's something I feel very important about. I go by he, him, in case you're wondering. So great, we got 2 people in the chat. Excellent, love it. Anyhow, point being, if you didn't grow up with these games, it can be kind of tedious, kind of a slug. And in fact, if you're watching someone play a game with an adventure game, it's probably the most like playing a game, because like getting stuck and stuff that can be part of the fun, but it's also kind of a bummer, especially as you get older and have less time to play stuff. So yeah, so from Russell, games looking quite good. Yeah, no, I agree, and we're seeing more and more, and that is happening so soon. I guessed the release date correctly, but it's International Talk Like a Pirate Day, which is September 17th. I think we'll get to that later. But let's go on with clips from the game. Did you have any like adventure games you grew up with, Snowstone, or Pedro? Excuse me. I'm just sort of wondering, like, did you play King's Quest or more like Mario or Sonic, or what sort of games did you grow up with? So what are they going to pick here for the dialogue?
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island. So it's called Return to Monkey Island. Presumably, Guybrush is trying to go back to Monkey Island and find... I'll go with Snow then. That's great. So it's called Return to Monkey Island. Guybrush's objective in the game, all stories need a goal for the main character, for the protagonist, right? Or any kind of stories, games, movies, whatever. And he wants to go to Monkey Island, hence the title Return to Monkey Island. He wants to find what the secret of Monkey Island is. I really hope in these games, and I've mentioned this before in these videos, that they don't reveal what the secret of Monkey Island is to kind of play with the listener, or with the game player, right? Because if you know what the secret is, and they haven't released it in the games, it's kind of a lone-running joke. It's not as interesting as what you think it might be. So if you don't reveal something, like, people keep on talking about it. There's a movie from the 90s, Pulp Fiction, that was Quentin Tarantino's second movie, but it was his first, like, real big hit. And there's a scene where characters open up a suitcase, and it's glowing. And people are still talking about what's in the suitcase all the years later. And it could be the human soul. It could be a lot of money. It could be, they never say what it is, and people keep talking about it. So along those lines, I hope they don't reveal what the secret of Monkey Island is. Okay, so no, grew up with PS1 games. Gotcha. First experience was Battle Chess on the PC. Battle Chess, excellent game. Yeah, I had a bootleg of that on my dad's work computer, on the PC speaker. It's the way I learned how to play chess, one of my favorite games. Adventure games you play every so often. Jill of the Jungle, side-scroller. And then when you get more into it, Unreal Tournament. Yeah, the first one, right, in 99. Half-Life, the mods, all that good stuff. Lean towards FPSs and RPGs. Yeah, I guess as for me, I did play these adventure games like Monkey Islands and King's Quest and stuff when I was like 12, but when I was really young, like 6 or 7, I got into RPGs, like Dragon Warrior on the NES. Now they call it Dragon Quest, because that's what the original Japanese title is, and the old Final Fantasies, and the board game Hero Quest, and the Dungeons and Dragons, like the in-person stuff, tabletop games, I've played a little bit of, but every time it kind of gets chaotic and the team dynamic falls apart. And part of that I can blame on myself, because I'm a writer, I'm a creative person, and I like to try, and maybe it'd be better as a dungeon master than playing them, because I just kind of do my own quirky thing and don't want to help the party, which understandably is annoying and is not what those games are about. Half-Life, I'm terrible at it, but I appreciate what it is for the genre. Doom and Doom 2, the original ones, I really liked in Wolfenstein. Those were ones I thought were cool. Old school text-only adventure games with a text interface. Monkey Island, Police Quest, quite difficult when you're young. Yeah, especially in Police Quest, when if you don't follow police procedure and inspect your car, the car breaks down, or you're trying to drive and the interface sucks. Let's go back to this Monkey Island clip. But I love this chat about the adventure games. Always happy to chat.
I'm putting together an expedition. I mean, raiding party.
Fun.
He's putting together an expedition raiding party. So this is like a callback to the very first Monkey Island game, where Guybrush Threepwood apparently, let's say he's like 19. I don't quite know what his age is supposed to be, but he's pretty young. My name is Guybrush Threepwood, and I want to be a mighty pirate, right? That's his first line of dialogue in the game. So he does the things he has to do to be a pirate, and he gets a crew to go to Monkey Island. So now he's trying to do a crew again to return to Monkey Island. Is it going to be the exact same crew as before. Certainly those characters are returning in this game. You have the sword master, the guy with the hook hand, the sword trainer, one of the guys that trains you or something. You have Otis, the guy you break out of the prison. Snow says, I'm looking for TTRPG group tabletop. Okay, currently I have a GM and a friend. Yeah, well, that's great. And a lot of people have been playing them online for years with the social distancing stuff, even before COVID, when maybe college friends started or high school friends started playing together, and then they all move as people tend to do. And there's a lot of good ways to play it online with people and have a pretty similar experience to in person.
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material.
Wow. Okay. So he says he made a map to Monkey Island on commission, but they destroyed the source material. So I'm guessing this will be a big puzzle pretty early on in the game, as you have to find the source materials and reconstruct his map. Or maybe talk to people that destroyed it and try and recreate it from what people say and give it back to him and some back and forth until you assemble the big map so you know where to go for Monkey Island. Pretty neat. Yeah, that's a pretty big, I wouldn't say spoiler, but kind of a hint as to where the initial set of puzzles in the games are likely doing. I should try GMing Snow. I agree. Monkey Island themed could be fun. The one time I did GM, it was at a Boy Scout camp, and Indiana Jones still is probably one of them. I like that maybe better than Star Wars in some ways. And I did an Indiana Jones RPG, and because I'm doing it, I was 12 and my friends were like 12 or 13. They immediately had them rip off the balls of Marcus and like mutilate him. Like I had no control over the people. It was delightfully immature in a 12-year-old boy way. So yeah, so Snow. Game Monkey Island, Return to Monkey Island, this new one, which is technically the sixth game in the series. In case you're wondering, the order of these games is Secret of Monkey Island, Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge, Curse of Monkey Island, Escape to Monkey Island, Tales of Monkey Island. This is number 6, Return to Monkey Island. This, it's the closest thing there is to a sequel to Monkey Island 2. However, they've noted they're going to acknowledge the other games in the series, so they're not totally disregarding them. Yes, and yeah, that's a good approach to improv and stuff too, to keep things going. Because part of, I mean, really, that's life is improv, isn't it? You don't know where, like, you want to make things certain or keep things in order, or at least I do. And I'm a little bit autistic and stuff, but, so that's, like it when things are out of order. But yeah, part of it, you have to roll with the punches and the yes and stuff. Even for being creative or you're writing things, I've written books and things like that. Yes and is vitally important. Good call. So yeah, it's not going to totally disregard the following games. I haven't played it. I don't have a review copy. I paid for my copy. Now it is going to open directly following from where that Monkey Island 2 ended with that shock ending. So my guess is it'll get surreal and jump around in time. I don't know how much it'll do that, but because it's Ron Gilbert doing it, you'll get a lot of throwbacks to Monkey Island 1 and 2, and probably less so to the other games. Murray is a character from Curse of Monkey Island, the smart-ass skull. It's like, I'm Murray. Oh, shut up. Oh, I can't move. I'm a skull. He is going to be in this game, and whether the other games are referenced as much, I'm not really sure. So the answer is kind of.
It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
He goes, best of luck to you. I wonder, though, since, I was going to say Gilbert, but the designer of the game is, one of the designers of the game is Ron Gilbert. Since Guybrush has been to Monkey Island before, doesn't he remember how to get there? Does he have a copy of his old map saved somewhere? Did the island move location? Was there a continental drift? All interesting things to talk about. We are going to switch over to another camera thing to look at another tweet. So just a second here. Go over here and switch. Boom. We're going to hear the new voice of LeChuck. The actor Earl Bowen that voiced LeChuck, he is retired from voice acting, so we have a different actor doing it. He voiced LeChuck in Curse of Monkey Island, the Monkey Island remakes, all the other ones. So now it's being voiced by the very popular. Jess Harnell. I've met him at one of the comic conventions out here in Portland. He is most known as being Wacko on the Animaniacs. The one that sounds a bit like I could have the name wrong, but it's the one that sounds a bit like Ringo. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing there, Yakko. Right, that kind of British sounding one. But he's done so many cartoons, just countless amounts of cartoons. So we are going to go and watch this clip here. Voice acting, top notch. Yes, the Monkey Island games have always had very good voice acting. So let's do commentary for this clip of this tweet from August 8th. You can see I'm way behind on this, so we're kind of cramming a whole bunch of tweets into one big stream. Instead of me doing an update whenever there's a Monkey Island Monday update, like I probably should have been doing, but I'll stop beating myself up and let's keep on going. And great, one of my monitors went out. Fun. Okay, let's keep going.
Why is the ship's cauldron still empty?
So we can hear, he goes, why is the ship's cauldron still empty? So his voice is higher pitched than Earl Bowen's, who sounded like, I'm the pirate LeChuck. Or he's more deeper, kind of a more Long John Silver, maybe a more traditional pirate sound. Jess Harnell's voice is a bit higher pitched, and yet it has that gravel. The look of LeChuck here, it's more zombie looking, right? You have this, this I think is the same pirate ghost from the original Monkey Island game, and in the remake he was voiced by another actor from Animaniacs who had a voice acting thing. It escapes me. Hold on, but Rob something or other. And anyhow, you know, you see this group of pirates, and some of these look new. This devil-looking guy I've talked about in some of the other videos I've done at on the YouTube and Twitch, and with the mustache and stuff, he looks he looks very interesting to me. I wonder if he is a demon or if he's a ghost or a ghost demon, whatever it is. This is like a chef with a bloody mouth, and this is kind of a big guy with a big jaw. Looks like quite a character, and he's reading off a list, and they're having a meeting. This is a bit of a corporate satire of what a meeting is like, work meeting.
I distinctly ordered a mystical voodoo potion.
He talks about distinctly ordering a mystical voodoo potion. Excuse me, I cannot see the chat at the moment. Let me try and fix this damn monitor. I think what happens is it wiggles and the cable gets a bit loose, because the monitor's pretty new. So what happened? I just whacked the table too hard because I was talking. I'm going to fix this. Just 1 second. So let's take a look at all this stuff. Great. Okay. I'm just getting the chat so I can see it. The one monitor one out. There we go. Okay, so I can see the chat again. Perfect. We'll go back to the clip here. And you can hear the audio, right? I assume. Hey, Flagship. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. You just finished Monkey Island 2 a couple of days ago. Monkey Island 1 a month ago. Yeah, you know, I was doing a stream of Monkey Island 1 a few months ago. Really enjoying it, and I would love to kind of bulldoze through the series in a series of kind of longer streams. I just have to figure out with my schedule. I do work from home, but like the hours can be a bit not unpredictable. What am I saying? You know, it's like getting a regular time for this stuff is important. So I might like get up really early and do some really early morning, like 5 a.m. streams. People can watch them later. Pacific time. And a lot of my audience tends to be from Europe anyway, so that, excuse me, that time might work better. Because after work, I'm my voice is sometimes shot, and I'm more of a morning person anyway, so I just need to figure out a time to do it. But I would love to bulldoze through all the games, so my mind is crammed full of Monkey Island stuff as I stream the game when it comes out. So, a question from Snow here is, in Monkey Island 1, is LeChuck a ghost? Oh, in Monkey Island 1, LeChuck's a ghost. In Monkey Island 2, he's more a zombie. Or is it the other way around? Nope, you have it right. He's like a zombie. He has parts falling off in Monkey Island 2. In the later games, it's a bit different. What he looks like in Tales of Monkey Island, they have him even return to being human and stuff for a bit, where he's flesh colored, which I think looks really weird for the characters. Thanks for lurking, Pedro. Appreciate it. Appreciate any help I can get. Oh, and you're both the accounts on the thing with the YouTube. Yeah, no, that's perfect. Love it. Okay, here we go, and let's keep on going with this clip.
If a ship is going to function properly, blah, 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 blah.
So he's talking about like getting a voodoo potion. What could he want with the voodoo potion? Would he want to bring people back from the dead to have like a huge zombie ghost pirate army? Does he want to make Elaine? Does he want to kill Elaine and make her into a zombie, make her his queen? I don't know. Like there's a lot of ways. Does he want to make Guybrush a zombie and team up with him to rule the world? That could be kind of interesting. There's a lot of ways they could go with that. A lot of ways, certainly. And here, this tag on here is a pretty good joke.
Blah, blah, blah. Play or alive. Blah, blah.
So he's just going blah, 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 blah. And presumably at some point, maybe there was a big speech written, and then they decided maybe this is the actors fooling around, or this was written this way specifically. And it's a lot of fun. It's a real nice touch. What am I doing after this stream? I'm actually working on a book for a UK publisher on Star Trek video games. That's been a lot of fun doing research for that, and I'm kind of getting down to the nuts and bolts of actually writing it. Of course, the research is playing games, but you're also taking notes and trying to put these Star Trek games in their context. It's like a coffee table book. Please look forward to that. We're talking about computer games and video games on that, and I should be doing streams to tie in with that probably later on in the year. Blah, blah, blah. Keel haul. Keel haul is when they would, I believe, tie someone to the end of a pirate, to the bottom of a pirate ship, and they would be dragged along the water as the ship is sailing through the seas. I love the sound effects, the dark music, the thunder, the lightning, the lighting. This storybook style of the game got highly criticized when the pictures and clips started coming out. And they're like, oh, I can do this in MS Paint, which I think is really insulting to the people that did the artwork, the hard work on this game. This was 2 or 3 years in development. It took a bit to negotiate with Devolver Digital and Ron Gilbert pitching to Disney, who owns Monkey Island, because they own all the Lucasfilm stuff, and getting all that stuff set up. So it's that we'd even get a new Monkey Island game. Number one is surprising, but from Ron Gilbert, which he's always wanted to do, is doubly surprising. So I'm just very happy, very excited this is coming out. So we will move on to the third clip and final clip for the stream. We'll see the trailer announcing the release date, and it reveals some more rooms and clips of the game I don't think we've seen before. And it's narrated by Stan, who is the salesman guy in the game who wiggles his arms around and he's wearing a lot of plaid. So let's pull that clip up as I do my OBS wizardry, or not. So if we pull this up, why can't I see it? I will do this. Put it to here. Great. So we will pull this up. Transition. Boo. So here's a tweet from Ron Gilbert. Again, this is a little bit late in the news. Apologize about that. Stan sure knows his marketing. It's the biggest Monkey Island Monday ever. And it's International Talk Like a Pirate Day is when the game comes out. You can pre-order now, less than a month away. And I should go back to bug fixing. So, they're very late in development of the game, kind of wrapping up last-minute bugs. All the voice acting presumably is done. They're just doing the last, fixing as many bugs as possible before they release, and then there'll be patches when the game comes out, fixing little bugs. I've worked in QA I've done a little bit for games professionally. I've designed some independent games myself, but with all this stuff, but I've mainly done QA for like business kind of apps and things. So I know a bit about QA, and the tricky thing is you never have enough time doing testing because there's always, you only have a small team of these, usually less testers than the developers making the games. And then when the game comes out, it's like ideally, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people playing it. And they're going to find stuff that your team of testers just can't find. And it's not that the game wasn't tested. It's you introduce it to a big amount of people with a bigger combination of computers and monitors and all these things. It's just not always going to work out. So that being said, I think that's they've been testing this game for a while based on Ron Gilbert's tweets. And I have faith we'll have a pretty rock solid game here. So we got some thoughts. Oh, Rory, thanks for tuning in. This is the most people I've ever had in a chat. Really appreciate it. From Snow. Okay, here's some thoughts from Snow. These are good points. Like I said before, I'm not as much into the universe as Monkey Island as other people. Fair. The spell ends... Okay, so he's talking about the end of Monkey Island 2. For a bit of context and spoilers for a game that's pretty old here, but the end of Monkey Island 2, it shows the main character, Guybrush Threepwood, as a little kid, and the evil pirate LeChuck is also a little kid. And he reveals himself to be Guybrush's brother. And the whole Monkey Island thing is just them playing tag and running around a Disney World kind of theme park. And then at the very, very end, his little brother, Chucky, they call him, turns to the screen and he has glowing red eyes. And one of the characters is like, oh, what if it's a curse? And then, it doesn't give a definitive answer as to what it is. Is the whole thing really a child's play imagination? Kids playing pirates or not? Like, I love it's still a controversial ending to this game, and it's very funny to me as someone that grew up with these games as a kid, watching the reaction videos of people playing the game on Twitch and going like, what? That's the ending? So with that, let's go into Snow's comment. The magic spell ends or fails, and they go back from children to the real world. But somehow all the games either happened in the spell, like it's an illusion of the theme park, or there's time travel, or alternate reality voodoo something, and then we get into the adventure of the new game. Maybe Guybrush is trying to get to the right time, universe, multiverse thing. I really like that theory, and my guess is you're probably not far off the mark. I'm fully expecting it zooming people from one reality to the other, and they might not even give a direct answer as to whether the whole thing is not a dream exactly, but whether it's a child's hallucination. The good thing about single player games is there are fewer consequences to game breaking bugs than multiplayer. Great point, Russell. Excellent. Love that. That's absolutely true. And also with adventure games are easier to test because there's less combinations the player can do, right? I have maybe, let's say 40 items in an adventure game and 100 rooms and maybe 800 interactable objects. So you can do the math there and say there's, I can't do math right now, but let's say it's like 120,000 combinations, which for a game is pretty low compared to, as you said, like an online thing like Warcraft. I might have 1,000 people in an instance, 100 people in an instance, and they might be fighting each other. They might be talking to each other. They might be jumping. They might be doing 1,000 different things, right? So yeah, that's a good point. The idea that something's going to be buggy is less likely in an adventure game. So let's go and see this launch trailer, or this trailer that announces the release date from good old Stan the Man. Okay, so starting with the classic Monkey Island music from the very first game, of course, in a new arrangement by the composers that worked in all the other Monkey Island games. And instead of Deep in Melee Island, it says Deep in the Marketing Department. Notice we see the rating here for the game, rated E10+. I was just talking about this to my wife, actually. Curse of Monkey Island was actually rated T because it contained alcohol. And really, all these games contain alcohol. If it's a pirate game and the pirates aren't drinking, they're not really much of pirates, are they?
Hello, friends.
There's Stan right here, the crazy salesman person. Over here is Elaine, who typically in games is a romantic interest, although she's a strong woman, female character in the game. And with this storybook thing, she has kind of the sly grin on her face. She has the big hoop earring. She has the hat. This table looks like quite a fancy table. This is a new location. I don't think that's been featured in previous trailers. If it is, forgive me. But you have these tables. You have this pineapple thing here. You have, this looks like a statue. Could this be a monkey statue? Could she be on Monkey Island? Is she on another island? She's on a cliff and she has like a little table. She has a picture. Who is that picture of? Is it her? Could it even be a mirror? And you have this, is there something, is there a chest? They did confirm that you do not get to play as Elaine of the game, which is too bad. There's a history of adventure games where you trade off between playing as the male or female character, or some of them you can even pick as who you play. Even a whole game from Elaine's point of view could be interesting, because I bet she has a different, she has her shit more together than Guybrush's kind of accidental floundering into everything.
It's your old pal Stan. Come.
Stan S. Stanman. I don't think they've said the last name before. I believe that's new. Marketing expert. And yeah, that's right. He's also in jail in this game, according to what the website was saying.
Coming to you through the magic of marketing to let you know that your search for quality entertainment is about to bear fruit. But I wouldn't be doing my job if I just...
Featuring classic adventure game. That looks really funny where he paused there. His big mouth thing. Classic adventure game with modern swagger. Meaning modern ease of use. There's some functions for ease of use here that it will make it less, let's say, tedious, or you don't have to click as much as in the other games. Where in like the first Monkey Island, where it has text at the bottom, like Russell was talking about. Let's say I'd want to pick up an apple from a table. I'd have to go to the mouse to the bottom, click on pick up, go over to the table with the apple, double click it twice, hope my mouse is on the right area by the apple. And hopefully it's done in such a way where the guy can walk over and pick up the apple, and then I can, presumably use it for a puzzle later, or eat it, or whatnot.
Drop the details on you without a little build-up. I want you to see the kind of...
This is the, I believe this is the Scum Bar. A lot of pirates drinking. Kind of intense lighting here. I don't recognize these pirates. You don't see Guybrush here, notably, so this could be from a cutscene.
Fine dining establishments you'll be visiting.
Featuring clever puzzles and even more clever jokes. Yeah, the Monkey Island series is always humorous. It is the jokiness is a big part, and the puzzles are, it's a difficult game. It's challenging, especially Monkey Island 2. It was made for real hardcore adventure game fans, even though it had an easy mode, and this one will also have an easy mode, meaning it'll have fewer puzzles, which is recommended for people that didn't grow up with these games or don't want to get their head stuck on puzzles. And if you want a hint, you can do so in the game, in this new game. So it's in universe. You don't have to, lose the getting sucked into the game. You can click a menu or maybe talk to some character and get hints, or use a journal, or however they do it. I'm not quite sure what the process is, but that's notable.
Like this one.
Get lost.
And if escape...
The pirates told Stan to get lost because he's annoying, and nobody likes marketers. I say that as someone who works a little bit in marketing. So take that with a grain of salt. Featuring delightful art and dynamic music. Dynamic music, that's important. Monkey Island 2 had that. So what that means is they had a patented system called iMuse, where if I'm in one room and the music is like da 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 da, and then I go into a bar where it's like do 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 do, like it would know to cross the music. It's not just crossfading, but it would intelligently do the music arrangements to transition from one music track to another, where it blends and it sounds really cool. Like, it's hard to describe, but once you see it, it's pretty neat. They didn't do it in other games in the series because it was really hard to do. It's a lot of math and composing knowledge and stuff. So, and no one really noticed for all the work they put in.
Escapism is your cup of flavor. You can't do much better than this exotic and extremely remote island.
Yeah, escapism. He talks about exotic, extremely remote island. This is a new character. I do not know who this is. There's a treasure chest. There's a leaning palm tree, as we see. And this is the hull of a pirate ship, the front bit sticking out with the wheels. What do you do? Oh, if you like comedic pirate stuff, and you have HBO or in the States, I don't remember what channel it is in other countries, but watch Our Flag Means Death. Very, very funny comedy pirate series, unrelated to Monkey Island.
Stay back! How did you find me?
So we're breaking the fourth wall. We have characters talking to the marketer to stay back. This is a callback to the very first scene in the first Monkey Island game, where you have the guy in the watchtower and Guybrush. In the first game, when Guybrush talked, he says, "I'm Guybrush Threepwood. I want to be a mighty pirate." And this old guy is like, "Oh, hello. Oh, you can go down there and find the bar. And I saw you come here in the island and blah, blah, blah." So what they talk about now, I think, is I bet you the game. This will be pretty early on in the game when you run into this character, but I wonder what role he has in the game, if he has a bigger part than in the first game. Also, there's an owl here. Maybe that there's a lot of animals in the Monkey Island games, not just monkeys. So maybe this owl you have to scare off and do something with a puzzle, or maybe it's just there to blink. Who knows?
Return to Monkey Island launches September 19th.
Launches September 19th, International Talk Like a Pirate Day. As of this recording, September 4th. So that is 15 days, just a little over 2 weeks. The Monday after next. Stan approved release date. Good to know.
Which happens to be International Talk Like a Pirate Day. But you don't have to wait. You can order it right now.
So you can pre-order it right now. This is a scene in a bar, not the Scum Bar. And this was in a clip I might have shown in a previous video. I don't quite remember. I've been pretty busy with work. But you have Guybrush breathing into. They all looks like they're breathing into a pufferfish. I don't know if they're getting high off it or trying to do a competition of who can blow it up the biggest, like a balloon. And they burp after doing so. It's very bizarre kind of scene, sort of reminiscent of the farting scene in Blazing Saddles. Look at these scary fish here in the background. And all this stuff up here. This is probably a very pungent room, let's say, with all this raw seafood everywhere.
Before it's even out. Something we in the marketing industry call a pre-order.
Yep, so you can pre-order it for PC, Mac, and the Nintendo Switch. It is $24.99 US dollars. I don't know what the price is in other countries. I think that's more than a fair price for this kind of game. I was not expecting it to be $60, like a full price game, $60-$70. I was thinking it might have been 40 maybe, with some of the licensing stuff, with having to do it through Disney, that it's such a low priced game. The budget on it was probably lower, but it was higher than Ron Gilbert's last adventure game, Thimbleweed Park, which is another adventure game in this style, but that was more of like a comedic murder mystery thing. So what am I trying to say here? Yeah, $24.99. Great price. Right on the money there.
As a bonus, I'm ready to...
This is a new thing. This is scary. Look at that big ghost chicken. It's going to bite my head off with that beak. And you got some papers here. Why am I obsessively pointing out these things? These might be items in the game. X marks the spot. What does that mean? What's through that window? In these games, you tend to want to pick up everything that's not nailed down. The good thing about the Monkey Island games is they make it so you can't get stuck. A lot of problems with the older games, like what Russell was mentioning, like Police Quest or King's Quest, is like if you didn't get an item early in the game, late in the game, you could get stuck. And if you didn't happen to pick up that item on the second screen, you'd have to restart the whole game from the beginning. And that was just something that was considered acceptable for gaming back then, because it was, frankly, even difficult to turn on a computer and get it working back in the 80s. So like it's games have gotten a lot easier to play, which makes them more accessible. More people playing games is a good thing, and I think there's a game for everyone, whether it's a computer game or a board game or a card game. So anyhow,
unload this shipment of beautiful horse armor to any...
This is a kind of deep cut reference. So with the pre-ordering the game, you get horse armor in the game. They have a thing called DLC with games. Typically, they've had it for a while now, where you buy the game, and then later, let's say, maybe it has like a costume for the game, or it's an extra level for the game, extra puzzle for the game, extra quest or whatever. You could pay an extra $5 and get that. Or maybe you don't buy the game when it comes out, and they come out with the gold edition, the ultimate edition, the game of the year edition, and you can pay $60 for it later and get all the stuff that normally would have cost $100, $200 if you got it as the game went on. Anyhow, there is an older RPG, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, where one of the first DLCs they had was horse armor, where if you bought it, your horse in the game couldn't die. And people made fun of it because it's ridiculous, and what a crazy thing to charge people $5 for. Yeah. And as he points out with the horse armor in this game, it has no in-game use. So it's going to be an item that I wonder if characters will have responses to it, or if they just won't respond to it. I wonder which of that would be funnier.
Anyone who pre-orders Return to Monkey Island. It'll look fantastic in your inventory.
Oi, you missed a spot.
I've got to go now. I've got a lot of irons and a lot of fires. You know.
So as I mentioned, Stan is in the jail in Melee Island for marketing-related crimes. So I hope he's part of your crew as you go to Monkey Island. He is, how do I put it? He's like a spice. He's not like a main course in these games. He's usually in one or two scenes, but he's always very funny. And usually people get annoyed with him and he gets, nailed up in a coffin or shut in a closet or something. So maybe he'll have a bigger part in the game. Maybe there'll be a special unlockable where you can hear Stan narrate through the whole game. I don't know. But that he's doing the marketing, I think, is meta and very clever.
You know how it is. But I'll be back to steal every scene I'm in Return to Monkey Island. I'll see you there. All pre-order customers will receive the exclusive horse armor item in their inventory, please.
September 19th is the release date. Go to returntomonkeyisland.com. More information you can pre-order on Steam for PC and Mac or on the Nintendo Switch, the eShop. Is this going to get a physical version? I think it will eventually. I don't think they've made an official announcement about that. But with PAX and other gaming conventions and things coming out later this year, maybe that'll change. September 19th is coming out less than 2 weeks. Very excited. I should be doing streaming coming up of the older games. And I'll continue to update on these Monkey Island Mondays best I can. As the joke goes with the old Duke Nukem games, it'll be ready when it's ready. That's not even what the joke is, but it'll be finished when it. I can do that. I'll do the streams when I can. For me to stick to a schedule, I think it would be beneficial for views and stuff. And what do you think? Would you be fine with me doing streams in the morning? Let me know in the comments or in the chat. I think in the mornings would be better, and I could commit to like one day a week doing a stream for a few hours, maybe going through some of these older Monkey Island games. And then after I play through the Monkey Island games, I'll switch to another topic, probably retro game remake focus, because that tends to be my bailiwick.
Please note that the horse armor has no practical use in-game and in no way will contribute to the gameplay, puzzles, or narrative of Return to Monkey Island.
So he just said something there that answered a question I had. He said, the horse armor in no way contributes to the narrative or something to Monkey Island. So I'm thinking it'll just be an item in the game that you can't even use. It's just there as a kind of a satire on dumb DLC. Copyright 2022, Lucasfilm Limited, Lucasfilm Games. And the game is developed by Devolver Digital. Excuse me. So yeah, with Ron Gilbert, the original creator, excited for Return to Monkey Island. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm at Bradley-Tschirgi. Check out my website, matwbt.com. I do a podcast on movies and video games. This has been a blast with the chat. I do a podcast on movies and video games, Sequelcast 2 and Friends, part of the HyperX Podcast Network. That's right, HyperX, the same people that do all kinds of headsets. Check that out, sequelcast2.com. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcast. It's on Google Podcast, whatever podcast app you like. I've been doing that for well over a decade. Hundreds of episodes, sequelcast2.com. And hope you've enjoyed these streams. It's been real fun doing the chat, and it means a lot when people come up and chat and comment and watch these things. I never thought I'd get any, viewers or subscribers, and I have some, so it means a lot. I appreciate it. And I got to go write my Star Trek video games book, but I promise I'll do another stream in the near future. Bye.